They say helicopters aren't supposed to hover for long. The Vietnam jungle didn't care. In 1967, an elite rescue crew flying a Jolly Green Giant HH-3E was about to prove what happens when physics, bravery, and desperation collide over a ravine full of gunfire. It started when an American pilot was shot down deep inside enemy territory. He survived the crash, but landed in a canyon so steep and narrow, you couldn't set a helicopter down if you begged the trees for space. Worse, North Vietnamese machine gun nests had perfect angles. Every second on the ground was a death sentence. Enter Jolly Green 36, call sign for a rescue helicopter whose crew had a reputation for doing the impossible. When they arrived, there was no landing zone, just cliff walls, angry jungle, and one terrified airman. So they did the unthinkable. They hovered. Pararescue jumpers slid down ropes like ghosts, dangling into a crossfire hot enough to warp metal. As they descended, the helicopter sat motionless above them, rotors hammering the air, every vibration threatening to send the bird spiraling into rock. Enemy rounds shredded the canyon, pinging off stone. Door gunners cut arcs of lead into the tree line, buying seconds. Precious seconds. Fuel gauges dropped. Warning lights winked like bad omens. The pilot could smell the engine cooking behind him. They should have retreated. Instead, they held position. 1 minute passed. Then 5, then 10. Most helicopters can barely hover that long in peacetime. Jolly Green 36 stayed in that air column for over 30 agonizing minutes, blades screaming, every bolt trembling. Pararescue jumpers reached the downed pilot, stabilizing him, hooking straps, and signaling for the lift. Hoist up, under fire, under heat, under gravity. The helicopter sagged, groaned, clawed for lift. Enemies swarmed the canyon like hornets, firing upward. Door gunners burned through belts of ammunition until the barrels hissed like snakes. Then, finally, the jumpers and the rescued pilots slammed into the cabin floor. The pilot yanked the collective. The HH-3E lurched upward, kissing rocks and branches as it crawled out of the ravine. Fuel was so low the engines were practically gasping. They barely made it home, landing with fumes in the tanks and bullet holes stitched across the fuselage. Everyone on board survived. For that crew, there were no medals big enough, no parades loud enough. But every pilot who heard the story understood one thing. The Jolly Green Giants weren't just helicopters. They were stubborn angels made of rivets, sweat, and rotor thunder. Sometimes heroism isn't charging forward. Sometimes it's hovering in hell and refusing to let go. If you like this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smart history for dumb times. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, click the link in my bio.